Hello and welcome to Finextra TV. I'm Hannah Wallace and we're speaking in the lead up to Singapore Fintech Festival. With me now in the virtual studio is Zhu Kuang, Chief Digital Data and Innovation Officer for Securities Services at HSBC. So Lee, welcome to the virtual studio. Good to have you on.
Thank you.
Really good to have you on. Of course, we're speaking in the lead up to Singapore Fintech Festival, where you'll be attending and having a busy event speaking on the Guardian Roundtable, which will be looking at concepts to commercialisation, where tokenisation will be a really big topic of discussion, and indeed over the course of the entire event. But speaking off the back of the roundtable, it'd be great if you could bring us up to date and tell us about some of those big trends we're seeing around tokenization in financial services. So let's start there.
Sure. So across the asset value chain, there has been a growth in pushing production and provision of value ever closer to the moment of demand and transforming the focus from high value, low volume transactions to a low value, high volume transactions. So this actually provide greater accessibility towards investor where customization and personalization is possible. So there are three key trends that are surrounding tokenization. So the first trend is the growth in the new types of asset, which include the complex financial instruments. So from asset class perspective, right, the industry has come a long way from tokenizing bonds and precious metal. So there are currently initiatives to look at tokenization of wealth structured products, funds, for example, money market funds, and even private asset. But what truly set digital asset or programmable asset apart is the ability for us to create new financial instruments beyond the early use cases of cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens that we see today. The second trend is the shifting roles of traditional financial institutions as digital assets redefine financial markets. So financial institutions will have new roles to play in the ecosystem in addition to their existing role, be it by providing custody services, being a bridge between traditional finance and DeFi, providing compliance and regulatory expertise as a trust anchor, liquidity provision, or even KYC and or AML services. And then the third trend is that regulators are getting very involved in the tokenization asset space. And we are seeing growing traction in the industry where multiple parties are coming together to work on initiatives which are spearheaded by regulators. So this effort aims to strike a balance between fostering innovation and ensuring investor protection, which are important for the sustainable growth of the digital asset ecosystem.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for bringing us up to date. Interesting to hear about the progress made around tokenization. And what's going to be really interesting is at the event, there's going to be a real mix of speakers from the policymakers, the regulators, as you say, and also the FIs. It'd be great now if you could share some examples of tokenization and also some successful use cases you're seeing from HSBC.
Yeah, sure. So for HSBC, right, it's our ambition to help clients navigate this transformation and take advantage of the opportunities in the digital asset ecosystem. So as such, HSBC has been engaged in various global tokenization initiatives and launched our own proprietary digital asset platform known as Orion for primary issuance and secondary trading of digital assets. So Orion uses a secure private blockchain which acts as the legal register and an additional public blockchain that acts as the memorandum of holdings. So we have built the Orion platform for borrowers to issue digital bonds via the blockchain. And these are digital native bonds and not just a tokenized representation of the underlying traditional asset. And earlier this year, the European Investment Bank has issued the market's first ever GBP tokenized bond for registration and issuance in Luxembourg using Orion. At the same time, we also participated in the Monetary Authority of Singapore's Project Guardian, where HSBC partnered with MarketNode and UOB to tokenize structured notes for wealth management clients, bringing our tokenization capability one step further into wealth products. In addition, we are also a participant in the Hong Kong Monetary Authority's Project Evergreen, contributing to the issuance of green bonds and the development of green finance. However, there's still more to be done. We are looking to build our tokenization capability to various asset classes using our Orion platform and extend to other locations and investor types as demand requires.
All right, so safe to say, watch this space. Really interesting to hear about the work you're doing at HSBC there. So thank you very much, Lee. So what about emerging technologies such as AI then? How do they come in and how can they be utilized to further improve the efficiency of tokenization? What about that?
So the efficiency of tokenizing asset can be improved through a few ways. Standardization of protocols to improve the scalability and enabling the interoperability. So interoperability between different blockchain networks will be required to enable seamless transfers of tokenized asset across various ecosystems to facilitate cross-chain trading and asset movement. So beside the transfer of asset across blockchain network, we also need to consider integrating such networks with existing system and infrastructure used for traditional asset today. Standardization of protocol is linked to interoperability and scalability, and it is also an important concern for blockchain networks as it directly affects their ability to handle a large number of transactions and users while maintaining performance. And AI actually has seen tremendous growth in recent years, and it is also an efficient tool to improve the current efficiency and governance of blockchain and tokenization. Taking, for example, data management and analysis for governance and decision making using the data that is stored on blockchains. And then smart contract auditing and securities to identify loopholes and coding errors. Um, Efficient token management through automated issuance, distribution, and trading of digital asset with reduced administrative overheads. And also to optimizing the allocation of blockchain network resources, such as bandwidth and computing power, to improve the overall network scalability and efficiency. So leveraging AI would advance the adoption and impact of blockchain and tokenization, unlock innovative solution, and redefine how data is managed and analyzed, how transactions are conducted, and how governance is executed.
It's such an interesting space with so much potential. And I know at Singapore Fintech Festival, there'll be a lot of discussion around the benefits of AI whilst also analysing some of those challenges and regulation concerns as well. But this is definitely an area where we're going to see a lot of benefit. But Lee, thank you so much for sharing your insights today. I urge anyone to learn more, to tune into the roundtable. But I hope you have a great event. And thank you very much.
Thank you.